Hey, what's up everybody? It's your girl Coach Gwen here, your GPS getting you positioned for success in life through personal development, spiritual awareness, and emotional healing. In today's video, we're talking about 6 gaslighting techniques that the narcissist will use to control and manipulate you. Let's do it. So we're talking about 6 gaslighting techniques that the narcissist will use to control you. Now, if you did not see Gaslighting Part 1, please do so at this time. Go ahead and watch Gaslighting 101 video and see from there an example that was used from a question that someone emailed and asked, was a certain situation labeled as gaslighting. Please watch that video and like, subscribe, and comment on this one if any of these resonate with you. I really would love your feedback and to communicate with you. So let's get right into it. Technique number 1 that a typical narcissist, Jezebel spirit, or a person who has been diagnosed with NPD will use to control and manipulate someone is blocking. Okay, we already know that gaslighting is something that these people want to use to try to make you feel less than, to make you question your sanity, to control everything about you. If they can break you down and just constantly break you down with showing a sense of resistance towards you, and everything you say just constantly flipping the script on you, then they can control you. They're taking up space in your head because you're always trying to fix and patch up things, and you're never able to focus on what you really need to be focusing on, which is you. And so blocking is one technique that they will do, and you will even see it sometimes in their body language. They will put up defenses immediately and say, hey, I don't want to hear it. You're always nagging. You're always asking questions. You're always talking about this and that. I absolutely don't want to hear it. You will begin to see their body language shift to the left or to the right, and they'll just literally look away. And if you're in a car, they'll look out the window the other way. They'll begin to do all kind of things to block what you're saying. You can literally see those guards just come up, and they begin to just shield and block what you're saying. Another technique that they will use is diversion. Let's say your destination was Georgia and you'll end up in California. That's how diversion happens. Let me give you an example of diversion. Let's say you're talking about whose house you're going to celebrate Thanksgiving or Christmas dinner at this year. And you say, well, we were trying to talk about whose house we were having dinner at, and who's going to carve the turkey. And, then the individual with NPD, they will say, well, yeah, that's a great idea. Let's go ahead and talk about it. And then they'll just go on and say, cranberry sauce is on sale at Walmart. Let's go get cranberry sauce. And then you say, yeah. And then when you're in Walmart, you say, oh, by the way, they have knives on sale, and, they really have nice knives on sale. You need knives. Oh, my grandmother, she's got some knives. We can just use hers. And then you go over, and by the way, grandma got sick the other day. I had to take her to the hospital. And then the conversation just keeps flipping and flipping and flipping till you're so far away from planning Thanksgiving dinner and you're already talking about something completely different. That is diversion, and you have gotten distracted and completely off track. And the next thing you know, Thanksgiving dinner never happens because you never got a chance to thoroughly plan for it. Using diversion and changing the subject is what they do. Trivializing. OMG. They are expert trivializers. They will minimize you and reduce you, which is where the low confidence and the low self-esteem all kicks in. Because when these people start to trivialize you, I mean, you can have a degree, and they will tell you it's a certificate. You can have, anything of your accomplishments. They don't want to hear it. They'll use the blocking and the trivializing all in one technique. They will tell you, no, this is not that. That is the situation with trivializing. They will minimize anything that you have to say as if they are always right and they are above reproach. Withholding. Let's talk about how they never understand anything that's coming out of your mouth. So they will withhold the fact that they actually get and understand what you're saying by saying, you know what, I don't understand. I just don't understand what you're talking about. For example, I was in a conversation and it was based on scripture, and it said, the scriptures read, Jesus did not come into the world to condemn the world, but that the world through him might be saved. Pretty simple. And instead of saying, okay, they wanted to confront me that, it couldn't be true. Jesus did not come into the world to condemn the world because everybody is not saved. Now, just because everybody is not saved does not change the fact of what he came into the world to do. It's a gift that he's giving, that the world through him might be saved, and it's up to the individual to accept the gift. That's pretty much the gist of it. There's no reason to battle, confront, or anything, or go in, there's no reason to go back and forth with that. So that is what trivializing looks like. This individual continue to say over and over, I don't understand. There's nothing to figure out here. It's not rocket science. It is what it is. He came for this reason alone, and either you accept it or you don't accept the gift and be saved. That's just the bottom line. But there's no reason to go back and forth about why he came or if he came or any of that. So that's what trivializing looks like, when they just never, I don't understand, I don't understand, I don't understand. And again, they will use a lot of these like double Dutch jump ropes synonymously one with another, because that trivializing, putting up blockers, all of that diversion, it goes right hand in hand. So you have to have really a sharp eye to kind of catch all the techniques, because they will use all six together. Is countering. OMG, countering. They will definitely counterattack and put the blame on you, whatever you say. It's never them, but it's always you. You're the one, you're the one, you're the one. The blame game, and they'll counter it and tell you, you can't do this, you can't do that. It's just a bunch of things that will negatively affect your self-esteem, because they will tell you it's your fault and you can't do this, and what you can and cannot do. Most of their affirmations is I can't. And that's where the toxicity comes in at, because it's not a lot of positive affirmations as far as like I am, or yes we can, or you can, I can. It's more of we can't, you can't, I don't, you won't, we won't type of conversation if you listen very carefully. So those are countering anything that you say, and it's sometimes you can even use reverse psychology. If you know that they're going to counter, just go ahead and say it yourself and say, I can't. And watch and see, don't they counter it with, we can. I've done it. It's amazing. That will happen. So if you've heard of reverse psychology, this is where to use it to combat the narcissist. Forgetting and denying. That is another technique that the person will use. In Gaslighting 101 video, the emailer was asked to perform a task, and the person who she was asked by completely denied or forgot that they even asked her to pick them up from the airport. This is another technique that is very popular, very common, and easy for them to get away with. They'll even use this technique on a witness stand in court and say, I don't remember. That is typical gaslighting. I don't remember. I never said it. And they will deny any parts to do with it if it benefits them. So these are the 6 techniques that the narcissist person will use to make you feel less than, go crazy, for crazy making. These are just a few techniques, rabbits in the hat and tricks up their sleeve that the narcissist will use to gaslight you. So if anything, any of these techniques resonated with you, please put comments down in the comment section. And if you like this video, don't forget to show your love by clicking the thumbs up button. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so and share with this community your thoughts and people who are struggling with this emotional abuse, and let the world know this is just as bad as physical abuse. It is very real, and we need to break the silence together. I love you. Until next time, be immensely blessed and be healed.